What is up, everybody? It's Visionary Dame here, and welcome to the Novelist, a much more somber game in comparison to some of the others that I've been playing recently. This is one of the more, wouldn't say it's more obscure, but it's a game you don't often see that much, and I figured I'd give it a try. I mean, I've seen at least one video of this, so I don't really know much about it, so I'm kind of going in blind. But hopefully I'll enjoy it anyway, so without further ado, let us begin. Oh.
This is it.
Wow, look at this place.
Still can't believe the deal we got.
Where's my room?
Right up there, buddy.
Okay. Press W to emerge. Oh. Okay. Obviously it's WASD to move around, but look at the letter on the dining room table and read it by pressing space. Okay. Mr. Kaplan, welcome to your home for the summer. We're very excited to have you. This is one of our most popular properties, and I'm sure you and your family will have a memorable visit. Fumbling on words again. We have booked you through August 31st. Your security deposit has cleared, and our cleaning service freshened everything up on Saturday. You can buy groceries at McClendon's in town, and if you'd like to eat dinner out, there are quite a few restaurants on Meridian Avenue, just off Fairview. If you have any questions, or if you run into any trouble at all, please don't hesitate to call. Pete Fuller, Hanager Rentals, Sydney Bluffs, OR. Oh, there we go. 6 days later.
We'll be back in a little bit.
Okay.
Your goal in each chapter is to figure out the dilemma facing Dan and decide how he should resolve the situation. Each member of the family desires a different outcome, and it's up to you to decide which path to take. If you learn the desires of more than one character, you can uncover compromises that will help the family. So I gotta help this family from falling apart, is what I'm getting. Yeah, that makes sense. Writer's block. Ugh, I know that feeling. Hello? Dan's journal is on the desk. Read it.
Writer's block. I can't believe I just wrote that. Writer's block. There, again. Those two words are apparently the only damn thing I can write. I don't think it's been this bad since high school. Mr. Holder's class, an essay about Faulkner. Dan Kaplan, little-known author of Tramer's Way and Windsong, has run out of steam. Closed my eyes last night and saw a literary register article about myself. That was the first line. Paul wants 3 chapters next week, and so far I've got 2,000 words so sloppy I can barely read them. I cannot blow my schedule. Paul said Grofield's been very clear about what comes next if I keep slipping deadlines. Why did this happen as soon as we got here? This was supposed to simplify things, but so far it's been nothing but staring at a blank page. Maybe a walk will help, or a long drive, or a drink.
Each character has a number of writings or drawings to discover. You found one of Dan's. Now that you know what's troubling him, you should search the house for him to discover more about his dilemma. Alrighty then. Look for Dan in the... Oh! Well, hi. Come here to creep on you. How you doing? Nice to meet you. When you look at a character, you can press space to see what they're thinking about. Words. I know how to do them. Okay. If this doesn't work... Oh. Didn't mean to do that. The cloud around Dan's head indicates that he's remembering specific moments from his past. You have the ability to explore his memories to learn more about the current chapter. Approach Dan from behind and press space to enter his memory. Do I get to touch the butt? That's horrible thinking. He's married. But I am gonna creep. Hot air. Oh. Well, there you go again. What's this?
Do you think coming here will help?
It has to.
Well, I would hope so. I hear more sounds. Oh. There you are.
Tommy rode into town with me today. He saw some kids his age playing on the swings at the park, and I could tell he wanted to go play with them. It got me thinking, did we swing the pendulum too far just to get him away from those bullies? Kids can bounce back quick sometimes. What if this is the worst thing we could have done? Then he asked how Daddy's book was going, and without even thinking, I said, "Great, my man." Felt awful right away. It's a white lie, sure, but why not be honest? When he was younger, he was just a bundle of physical needs, but now he's like a mental, emotional sponge. He's around Linda and me all the time, and I can see him changing every day in 1,000 small ways. That scares the hell out of me. What am I teaching him with a white lie?
I guess you're teaching him not to worry so much, but if you can tell something's wrong, yeah, it may not be the best for him. I can quit. What?
Dan, we're back.
Hey, Mommy. Hey, Plum.
Now that Linda and Tommy are home, you should look for their clues, discover what's on their mind, and explore their memories. If you learn what all of the characters want, you can earn additional opportunities to influence their story. Alright. I saw this a moment ago. What's this? Mr. and Mrs. Kaplan, I hope this reaches you before you leave for the summer. I know we went over this in my office, but I think Tommy is a wonderful child, and I feel better putting my recommendation in writing. Children develop at different speeds, and Tommy shows no signs of a serious learning disorder, so the most important thing is to be patient and supportive. Make sure he does his reading exercise each day in a calm, loving environment. Make sure not to show disappointment when he struggles, which he will at first. Show encouragement when he succeeds, as self-confidence is critical at this stage, which is very true. If he fails to make progress with the exercises I've included, you may want to take him to the local pediatrician for further recommendations. I hope this is some help to you. I don't even know the right way to say it, but whatever. I look forward to seeing Tommy this September. Mrs. Macmillan. Is there anything else in this room that may be of interest? Like that? What is this?
Barb, how are things? Is school still taking up all of your time, or is anything new going on? We've been up here for a week or so, and I can already tell it's going to be great for painting. There are hardly any distractions, and this house has a room they called the conservatory in the brochure, which really just means it has a lot of windows. Whatever they call it, it's a great space for working. The second floor blocks most of the northern light, but I'll manage. I took Tommy down to the beach today, and you should have seen how excited he was. I wish I'd brought my camera. He kept looking back up at the house like he couldn't believe it was so small from down there. He seems to have taken to this place really well so far, which is such a load off our minds. We didn't know what to expect, but so far, so good. Anyway, let me know how things are going. Yours, Linda.
Let's go check on Linda and Tommy and see what I can learn from them. Oh. Cool. No distractions here, it's just us. Indeed. Oh, what is this?
It's such a crazy thought, the three of us all alone in this house all summer. I never thought we could afford a place like this, but the price surprised us both when we saw it. I wonder if there's something wrong with it. Maybe it has a raccoon problem or a toilet that backs up. Guess we'll find out soon enough. Oh, and I'm painting again. I got set up today. I felt a buzz right away. So much time to work. I haven't had a space like this in forever, probably since I left the studio. I went straight into a new piece today, got lost, looked up to see it was 2 hours later. I think this new one has promise, though I still have some rust to shake off. Speaking of which, I'm going to go check on Dan and see if his new office is doing anything for him. He's pretty frustrated, but he has to figure something out soon, or this place won't be any different than home.
Let's read your thoughts. Beep, 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 beep. Get in! There we go. Noises. There you are. How are you?
I think we've done a good job of putting on happy faces for Tommy. If he knows there's something wrong, he's not showing it. We told him this is just a fun family vacation, and he seems to like it here so far. But this might be it for Dan and me. Neither one of us has said the word yet, but I know it's right there under the surface. We've been dancing around it. I can't even bring myself to write the word here. Writing it would be almost as bad as saying it, because once it's there, it becomes real, a thing we have to deal with. I'm not ready for that yet. We agreed to make this a fresh start. I meant it, I think he did too. Now we just have to treat each day like a new beginning.
I think I know what the word is. It's pretty obvious, though. Let's say it.
I promise.
Me too.
You've discovered enough about this character to find out what they want to resolve this chapter. Read their thoughts to learn how you can help them. We could have a bottle of wine and hang out like we used to. To choose this character's outcome, find the object in blue text and select it. You can continue exploring the house if you'd like to discover what other characters want to do. Characters' desired objects can be viewed by pressing tab. And what do you want? A bottle of wine and hang out like we used to. Well, first I'm going to check on your son because he probably has some self-confidence issues. Tommy! Come here. Maybe we can play later. Oh! Oh! Right up here. Aw, he looks sad. He doesn't spend time with his daddy. Oh, I hear something.
We'll have to find out.
Are there any other kids?
Gonna win this time. Come back here. I want to read your thoughts. Well, first let's go see. Let's go find the bottle of wine. There it is, actually. Figured it'd be in the kitchen. Selecting the wine will choose Linda's resolution for this chapter. Dan and Tommy will be disappointed. However, if you've discovered Dan or Tommy's desired outcome, you'll be able to find a compromise with one of them each chapter, with one of them in the next chapter. Okay. Well, first I'm gonna see if there's anything else. Let's go do that first. I know she wants a bottle of wine. Oh. Read Tommy's thoughts to see what he wants. There we go. I knew there was something else. Tommy. Not that.
Looks really good, Tommy.
Me and Daddy can play Racing Roger.
Nicely done, honey.
Well, don't step on the poor artwork. What the fuck's wrong with you? Christ. Oh. What about you?
Paul, good to hear from you. Listen, things are taking a little longer than expected. I feel good about this one, but I haven't quite brought some of the threads together. It's just an execution hiccup, not a lack of ideas. This is the most complicated book I've ever tried to write, and let's just say I have a newfound respect for guys like Dickens and Joyce who can juggle 10 threads at once without getting lost. I'm figuring some of this stuff out the hard way, I guess you could say. Anyway, the outline I sent you is still good, those are still the beats, those are still the themes I plan to explore. I'll keep you posted, Dan.
Okay, that's a letter to his boss. See, now I can tell what Dan wants. Dan! Where are you? I need to read your thoughts. There you are. Come here. What do you want, Dan? What do you want? Where's my notebook? I know I had something good. His notebook. Would it be here? That's not it. That's to read it.
Hi, Mom. Hey, Pumpkin.
It's gotta be somewhere. Where is that notebook? Oh. Oh. See, kids know these things. Even though you can't tell sometimes, they know. Oh, Racing Roger. He said something about that. But where's Dan's notebook? I want to at least know where that is. And if not, I'll just get the wine bottle and, whatchamacallit. The game board thing. Whatever it is. Oh! Here it is. But now the question is, who do I want to help? I know Tommy can tell that his father's not doing so hot. And his wife is thinking of the word. You know what?
Here we go.
Family is more important than writing,
Hey, Mommy.
even though it's a career. So I'm gonna help these two out. The Kaplans are asleep. Explore the house for clues about its past, then whisper your decision to Dan. So I know what I want to do. I picked the race and Roger, and then I also picked Linda's outcome, which is the bottle of wine. So let's pick that as well. Alright, Dan, I'm going to creep into your room. And this is what I want you to do. Dan couldn't stop thinking about how important it was to start the summer off on a good foot with Tommy, who was ecstatic when Dan knocked off early and set up a game of Race and Roger on the coffee table. They laughed and played for 2 hours, and Dan made sure to let Tommy win most of the time. It was a happy start to Tommy's summer. Yay! The next night, Linda decided to have the bottle of wine herself after giving up hope that Dan would take the night off for them to catch up. She was a glass and a half into the bottle when he surprised her by coming down to help her finish it. And though they didn't get through whole night together, it was better than another evening apart. Yeah! Yeah! Stupid cars. Dan couldn't get past his writer's block. He laid awake for 3 nights trying to think of a way out of his jam, but he couldn't come up with one. He had to stay on schedule, so he forced himself to write a scene just to keep moving. He hated each word he typed, but he had no choice. That's fine. You could always change it later. As a writer, I know this. So now, we move on.